Love is in the air. I thought I smelled something. I'm John Renton with my review of WWE NXT, and the T stands for tape, because this episode and next week's episode are taped before we go back to the live format for the September 14th edition, where Dexter Lumis and Indy Hartwell are going to tie the knot. They're going to be human centipede together. Man, that's going to be one hell of a honeymoon video. Well, it was a really weird intro. Let me know your thoughts on this show in the comments, please. It wasn't a bad show. There were a few decent matches, but there wasn't a lot of cohesion to it. It just felt like stuff was happening for the sake of it, just to basically get us to the next week and then get us back to the live format and all that. So Mandy Rose with good grief, and Gigi Dolan taking on Sarray. So Mandy had two people with her, and Sarray had that bop anime theme, and they had a match that was fine. I don't know why they took Mandy away from her team with Dana Brooke, even though it was going nowhere, to put her in NXT suddenly and call up Aaliyah, of all people, to the main roster. I mean, Aaliyah had been in NXT since dinosaurs roamed the goddamn earth. Since maybe, that trip to the Bahamas didn't end so well. That's a different Aaliyah. Anyway, Mandy has, a heel persona. Not necessarily new heel persona, because she had something like this before, but maybe it will give NXT's women's division a bit of a shot in the arm. And she's getting a chance to do stuff. So they had a match and it was fine. Sarray is a decent enough worker, even though she's kind of generic. And Mandy did some good heel stuff. Eventually took that drop kick in the ropes that Sarray gave to Gigi Dolan. Priscilla Kelly is what I'm used to calling her. But anyway, Mandy, however, like me in college, does not like getting it in the face. And I knew a girl like that as well. And always delete your search history, by the way, because let me tell you right now, you got to be careful when you Google facials. You got to maybe go on dark mode. This is getting really, really awkward. The whole point is Mandy did not like taking it in the face, which, again, I can identify with. They put a towel over her face. No, don't damage the face. Look what you've done to my woman. No! I don't know why they would have talked like that. And Mandy got counted out. Sarray won by countout. Hooray! So then Ciampa cut the promo on Dunn's group. Thatcher is out indefinitely. Either he wanted time off or he's legit out. I really don't know what the deal is. Hopefully, if he is out with an injury, he recovers quickly. I actually thought that Ciampa said, "Tonight I fight for my hole." And Nia Jax was all upset. "Oh, my hole!" Duke Hudson took on Kyle O'Reilly. It's Australian size versus whatever Kyle O'Reilly's character is. Kyle O'Reilly is an amazing professional wrestler. I don't know what the fuck this cool Kyle thing is. He's trying. I just don't think he has the personality to pull it off. But Duke Hudson, man, he was just brutalizing Kyle at one point because he had tape on the ribs. And let me tell you right now, when a 6'5" Australian man fists you down, you are going to go down. You are going to stay down, whether you want to or not, especially if he wants you to. Always delete your search history, but also this isn't about search history. Once again, college was a little bit rough. So moving on from that, Duke got a whole lot of stuff in, including the fisting and everything, because who wouldn't want a fisting from a 6'5" Australian man? I would, and moving on. Eventually, heel hook by Kyle O'Reilly after he came back to get the victory. Nice match, though. And then Love is in the air, and Beth is trying to get Wade to get in on this index thing. She hands him a shirt, and he tosses the shirt over the wall, and Raquel wanted him to pay for it. The wall, I mean, not the shirt. If you get it, you get it. And Wade's take on this whole love thing is exactly like mine. Really, I can't stand, this kind of stuff. I don't like being in love. Really, I don't think you can understand just how much I hate it. I will run away from it. It's like, I can't fight this feeling anymore. But I can run away to the ocean floor. I don't know why the ocean floor is over there, because the ocean's actually closer that direction, because that's west. It's like East meets West or East meets Watts. That was a really, really weird movie. Dynamite Brothers, I believe, was the other name. Why not just be goofy in a review? So anyway, that was basically it. Wade Barrett's opinion on that. If you guys are in love, great. You know what? I'm happy for all my friends that are either dating, married, whatever. They got kids, they got families. It just ain't for me, because I like wrestling and movies, and I also like my sanity, and I'm also a very stubborn son of a bitch. So, Ilya promo, you deserve it. Clap, 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 clap. Aha, there are many people in the crowd that have the clap. The Clapital Wrestling Center. There we go. That's what I should call it sometime, even though I just did. He says, I wanted you all to see that I'm still alive, that there's a Dragunov chance you will see me again, but not yet. Not yet. Sorry, that was from Gladiator. He thanks the fans. Long live the Tsar. And man, that freaking scar is that from him being busted open. I'm going to have to rewatch that Walter versus Ilya match again. So, interview with Kelly from NXT UK. She dominated NXT UK. I'm sorry. She's beautiful. She's talented. I can't help it. It's what I have to do. And she was so dominant. She doesn't know who Zoe Stark is. To be fair, I don't really think Zoe Stark wants to know who Zoe Stark is. But yeah, Kaylee Ray is coming for Ember Moon. Okay, I'll stop that one of these days. Maybe after Nikki Ash stops being almost a superhero. Any of my UK, viewers are going to be so pissed off with me right now. So anyway, Carmelo Hayes, he basically has a title shot, for whatever championship. He could go after the big one. He could go after the Cruiserweight Championship. He could go after the North American Championship. And Elektra Lopez, sweet fucking Christ, Elektra Lopez. I need somebody to talk down to me in Spanish, and I think she could do that. I have weird tastes and weird kinks in case you haven't figured that out. If you haven't, you have not paid attention to the first 5 minutes of this review. So anyway, she says you need to stay out of Escobar's way, and then the Lucha suits show up, or Legoland Phantasm, the Kucha suit. Well, actually, she would be the Kucha in the Kucha suits. Let's just get away from this topic, because I can already sense people getting upset. Basically, Escobar says, you stay out of my way, and I won't beat you down. But I'm only going to give you one warning. One warning! Thanks, Durr, by the way, because you actually made me unable to hear the song One is the Loneliest Number That You'll Ever Know, and if he happens to watch this, he will know. So Grayson Waller, or whoever he is, and Drake Maverick took on Imperium. Eichner and Bartel piped in crowd noise to make people seem like they cared about this, and European Bomb on that Waller guy. George Waller, that's what I'm going to call him. Then Loomis had his fisting glove ready, and Indy was thrilled to take all that. More like Indy Tartwell. Can't imagine why people wonder about me and wonder if I have issues. And Gargano's like, well, I don't want you out in my corner. But Indy's like, oh, please, 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 come on. Please, weird, short midget dad, can we be in your corner? So Dunn's group was talking, and Ridge just had his bulging club out right among 3 other men. Lorcan and Birch were all fired up. They want the tag titles. And Saray got attacked backstage by Jane and Dolan. Pearl Harbor job. Will you be serious? And Gargano with Loomis and Indy took on LA Knight. This was well wrestled, but I'm sick of Gargano being featured in big matches. I'm not saying that they shouldn't feature him. I'm just saying I'm not going to care that they feature him. Knight is very good, and Gargano's very good in the ring. I just don't care about Gargano's character because he doesn't have an interesting character. There was comedy with Gargano and Loomis. It looked like he was about to hit him. Oh no, and they tried to do the high five. But it's not like the Beck song. And Knight hit his finish 1, 2, 3. This is disastrous. Yes, Beth. Yes, it is. And I actually like what Indy and Loomis have been doing. I just don't. It's a wrestling wedding. And Indy shared a picture of Daniel Bryan and AJ Lee's wedding from the 1000th Raw episode. Anybody remember how that ended? So Indy's going to be made the new GM of NXT. Make about as much sense as anything else. So anyway, MSK say to Regal, hey, we want to give Lorcan and Birch their tag title shot because we never beat them for the championships. We won the titles, but we never beat the champions because they had to relinquish them. Regal's like, well, after what they did, I was going to take it away, but that's what you want. Okay, I'll let you override my authority. The Grudge Ghost, it has about 18 different names, and none of them are any good, because it's a fucking shit gimmick, is going to wrestle next week. Well, I know what I'm not going to give a shit about. Raquel Gonzalez took on Jessie Kamea in a battle of the Tor Lasses. And Robert Stone and Frankie Monet were there. Raquel gloms at first, and crazy Kamea kicks. KKK? That's not good. And Raquel actually sells pretty well for Kamea. Kamea has a ways to go, but I've been impressed with some of the stuff she's done in matches, and eventually one-arm bomb, 1, 2, 3. May want Raquel. Okay, the promos would certainly be great on Monet's part. This whole thing with Raquel as a face is not good, but it is what it is. Ember wants to face Kelly from NXT UK. Okay, I'm done doing that until the next review. So they're going to have a match next week. Joe talks about being champion. He's 3-time champion. How he carries himself in media calls, whatever. He wants to be the standard bearer, and whoever wants to step up to him, they're going to have to I'll kill you! You're going to have to! And then Roderick Strong with the Diamond Mine, which has to be one of the stupidest stables, not even because of the talent. It's just pointless. There's too many goddamn stables. He took on Ikemen Jiro. Why does he wrestle in a jacket? Why? Why does he? I know apparently he does this on 205 Live. People have told me that. That explains why I don't understand it, because I don't watch 205 Live, because there's only so many hours in a goddamn day. I'd rather revisit the Invasion angle than watch 205 Live, because it's just a show that happens. So there was a sloppy Steph spot. The match was fine, I guess, and Jiro did not jack it off and got beat with the backbreaker 1, 2, 3. Then Io and Zoe had a backstage chat with Casey and Caden. Casey sounds like a cartoon mouse from a bootleg European knockoff Disney movie, and not even a good one. Like, not even one where they put in any effort and they just change a few letters around and everything. She's not intimidating. She's a fine athlete, but she doesn't really mean anything. Caden's just also there. Zoe probably wants to make Io Shirai great again, if you know what I'm saying. And Io is stuck in a tag team. Io is one of the best wrestlers in the goddamn world, and she is doing that. I was going to say best women's wrestler, but no, she's just really fucking good. I guess we're going to have a tag match next week, because why the fuck not? Hands up if you forgot they had a fucking women's tag team division. I totally forgot that. So Ciampa took on Ridge with his bulge and the lads. The lads that got to witness Ridge's bulge. I'm going to continue to mention Ridge's bulge until you are all uncomfortable. Or there could be particular women that are watching my show. And hi, if you're enjoying this talk about Ridge's bulge, you're welcome, I guess. But anyway, it was well worked, good brawling. Ridge was pretty dominant, but Ciampa kept, just fighting back, chopping him down, everything, because Ridge is somebody that is still newer to the NXT product, and Ciampa used his cunning ability and everything. Not like Cesaro when he was a cunning linguist, if you know what I mean. But eventually hits Willow's bell. 1, 2, 3. Ciampa, not Cesaro. Cesaro did not do a run-in and replace Ciampa. That would have been odd. And gets the victory. And then there's a beatdown, but MSK decides to run down. And I'm amazed we're not going to have a six-man tag next week, because MSK is going to face Lorcan and Burch. I have a feeling that's going to be switched up, and we're going to have a six-man tag instead, and then we're going to push that to the live show. So maybe you can have a title change, and you have Lorcan and Burch win the tag titles back. But anyway, so yeah, the show was fine. Let's see what happens next week. The Grudge Ghost Wrestling. Anyway, agree, disagree with what I said. Like, share, subscribe. Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.